Likutei Moharan Lamed, Misha the Sakina, a patch of knives, a vegetable patch of knives, garden of knives. Alright, so after we have explained that the really great Rebbe can constrict and embed the very, very high seichel of Asagas Elokus in a lower seichel. He can constrict it and put it down, which enables the really small people, simple people to get it. And we already explained that it is through the totally detesting money, completely, that a person can achieve the lower seichel, that the tzaddik is malbish in a dasaga. In other words, the fact that the tzaddik is malbish in the lower seichel still doesn't mean that you can get it. It means it's simple. It's quote unquote. It's dumbed down.
Right.
That you could ostensibly get it if you merit. In other words, it's not beyond you. You'll be able to get it if you hate money.
Okay, sure.
This whole thing will be learned in the past month is my kesha. Well, then what happens is, see, the thing is that Asagas Elokus is not an intellectual endeavor. It's an endeavor of purity, of kedusha. When the mind is crass, when the mind is gashmistic, it cannot comprehend that. That's why, for instance, the Sfaradim are habitually, traditionally, far greater in Kabbalah than the Ashkenazim, because they get into Kabbalah betmimus, they put the emphasis on kedusha, on tahara, so they get it. So they get it. It's not a question of understanding. It's a question of asaga. Asaga means that understanding is that it comes down to you and you process it. Asaga means that you grasp it. You get something which is above you. Mm-hmm. The thing that money, Taivas moment, you did it. You did it. That's right. You show them how it's done. The Indian is that type of moment makes a person's mind, cerebral process, gashmistic. It puts a filter.
There's a lot of things that makes you...
That dafka money is the thing that disabled the Asagas Elokus. And the Rebbe says over here, so we said that it is through hating money, detesting money, the opposite of greed, the person is zoichet this lower seichel. And we explained that after a person was zoichet to the seichel, to seichel tachton, he still has to fuse and inject the malchus with longevity, with chayas, with vitality, from this very, very high bechina, which is called oraponim. In a sense, oraponim is available in Yom Tovim and so on and so on. Now the Rebbe is going to say that sometimes the malchus fall down to the golus of the four kingdoms, the four galuyas of the Sitra Achron, and has to be elevated from them, has to be raised from them. Sifov. Sometimes the Malchus, the Kedusha, which is B'chinas Malchus Tatah, which is the lower Malchus, the lower intellect, as we say, the lower mental faculty. It falls the Galus Shel Arba Malchias. It falls to the four kingdoms of the Sitra Achad. There were four Galus. It was Mitzrayim, it was Bovel, it was Yavan, and it was Rome. Each one is a separate klipa. We're still in the Galus of Rome. Called the Dalet Malchias, because Sfiras of Malchus, the Malchus itself, Upchinas Dalet. We learned that when we are referring to the Malchus in different aspects, it is called by different names. If you remember, in Torah Aleph, we said Malchus is Nun. But many times, most times, the Malchus is called Dalet. Why? Because the Malchus is naturally a vessel. Okay? When is a vessel most capable of containing whatever it is you want to put into it? When it's empty. Then you can load it up. If it's full, there's no place. So the Malchus is called the Lesle Megarme Velochlum. It doesn't have anything of its own. It doesn't contain anything of its own. It doesn't bring anything of its own to the table. If somebody comes to learn from somebody, okay, so he's the Malchus when compared to that's someone who teaches him. If he's sure that the other guy has nothing to teach, I know as much as he does, you'll never be able to learn from him. The more you understand that you don't have, compared to whoever it is that you learn from, the more you can learn from him. So the more you realize that you're empty, the more it is that you can contain. The more you're saying, we'll see. I have my own mind. You're still out. Yeah. I'll believe it when I'll see it. Okay, so Mimela, you're limited in whatever it is that you can learn. So the Bechina of Malchus as a receptacle for the Sechel Elyon depends on its emptiness. So the Malchus is called Daled. It's called like the letter Daled. Why? The Lesle Midilei Velochlam. It doesn't have anything of its own. The lace which it doesn't have in Aramaic. It doesn't have. The letter Daled, that they say in I don't remember if it's in the Medrash, whatever it is, that says the names of the letters. Because it says Gimel Daled. Why is the leg of the Gimel pointed towards the Daled? It's Goimel Daled, the one who gives to the poor. So even there, the Dal is called Dal. It's called poor. It's called empty. So the Malchus is called Dal. That it doesn't have anything of its own. The only thing that the Malchus has is the branches of the upper Seichel that reach it. The Gam. There's another reason why the Malchus is called Dalet. Klulo me'arba oilemus. The Malchus is comprised of all the four universes of existence, which is Atzilus, Bria, Yetzira, and Asir. Ki b'chol oilem v'oilem yesh b'chinas Malchus. Every single level has an aspect of Malchus. B'chinas Chochma Tatah, the lower Chochma. She b'chinas HaChochma meneges ha'oilem kanal. That's the aspect that runs the world. And each one, in Olma Atzilus, Malchus the Atzilus, in Olma Bria is Malchus the Bria, Olma Yetzira is Malchus the Yetzira, Olma Asiya is Malchus the Asiya. These are the mechanisms with which the world is run. And the Chinami, the Chochma and the Bina, are the one making decisions. but the instrument to carry out the decision of the government is the forces on the ground, the police, the army, whatever it is. That's the malchus. The decision in the chokhmah binas and the governments, the parliament, whatever it is that you want to call it, the main is, but the lemaisa, what runs the show is the malchus. Because every olam has 10 spheres. The lowest one is the malchus. That's what's called Dalet, Gematria 4. All the chokhmas, all the sciences of the goyim, they are all below the lower chokhmah. This is all their intellectual achievement they get from there. You get from just trying to okay. This is what they get the chokhmah, because the malchus is the lowest madrega of the kedusha. Below that comes Sitra Achra and the Klippas. So this is why the Klippas, they feed off the Malchus the Kedusha. That's the way the order goes. But however, when they feed off the Malchus the Torah more than they should, then they overtake the Malchus, Chas v'Sholem. V'nasa memsheles Abba Malchuyos of the Sitra Achra. Then they gain the upper hand. Shem Abba Goloyos. That's the 4 exiles, which is Babel, Moda, Yavon, and Edom, which corresponds. It is the parallel to Mas Kedusha that is comprised of the 4 oilamos: Atzilus, Bria, Yetzira, Asiyah. Umi yichol lisbol kol atzaoko v'azaoko hagdoilo. And who can possibly? Oh, would you mind just closing the door and the window so we have a little noise from there? Who can possibly withstand the voice or the scream of the anguish when the Shenoifel Pchinas HaMalchus, the Chochmet HaToeb, it falls amongst them, B'neiim. We are learning this almost like la-di-da, like, okay, the Malchus falls into here and this falls in. It reminds me, when my kids were children, they had a tape, like a Jewish tape, story tape, and one of the story of the tape was a kid, an overweight kid that the other kids made fun of. So they went on a camp in the summer. They all made fun of him, all kinds of really taunted him. So they had a race to go up a mountain, and they didn't know at the top of the mountain was a whole group of robbers, and they captured the kids. So this kid, because he was overweight, he came last, and they didn't see him, and he heard, that the robbers say, they'll kill the children, whatever it is. So he goes back. So he's a kid. He's very happy, that the kids are not gonna shepherd with him anymore. So his counselor, Avi Givaldi, says to him, where are the children? He says, I don't know. He says, what do you mean you don't know? He says, well, it doesn't really matter. Anyhow, they'll all be dead in the morning. It's like, says,
nothing major.
I said, what? It's like, so we're saying, okay, so the Malchus falls among the Israel. It's like,
deep stuff.
this is where we're going now, the 9 days, and Tisha B'Av. Okay, they'll all be dead in the morning. Jerusalem was destroyed. Total stone. Nothing. Don't feel a thing. And the Rebbeinu says is, who can possibly take the voice, the sound, the voice of the cry of the imglik, the disaster. The Malchus falls down to, we feel like, what's the big deal? It's on temporary anyhow, right? I mean, Islam Sheikh is going to come and going to get it out, so what's the big deal? We're not saying it, chas v'chalila. But the fact that we're not getting very excited by it, somebody doesn't have what to eat, or what to wear, whatever it is, then we get very rattled by that. Somebody is ill. Why are you getting so upset? So upset, you get up to Chesanesim, what's the big deal? Oh, it's a plenty big deal. The same thing, but we don't get, that's what we're saying, we're crusted over, it's like, we are desensitized, there's no sensitivity, you asked about what Dafka Taivas moment. So Taivas moment is a thing that sensitizes, it becomes this worldly, then these things don't even touch us. I mean, we can maybe understand it, b'seichel, but we don't appreciate the pain. We don't appreciate the unbelievable za'aka that is going on. You can see it very, very clearly, but the goyim, that when Israel, defends itself and terrorists come and kill, so they say, there's a pigua, lo aleinu, and a terrorist, blows himself and kills some people. So the BBC or CNN says, one Palestinian killed in a terrorist, in a terrorist. But in the meantime, in Syria, literally hundreds of thousands are being butchered. It's okay. It doesn't bother them. It's no klum. The same way it doesn't bother us. The Malchus falls into the galus within the goyim chas v'sholem. Mevchinas zakas moishel b'chsilim. This is the cry. It says, this is Malcha Umas Olam and okay, basically the Rebbe uses it differently. In Koheles he says, Divrei Chachomim benachas nishmoim, the words of the sages, when I said benachas, when I said, easily and serenely, they are heard. Mizakas Moishel B'Ksilim, from the cry of the rulers of fools. The Maisa, the Pshat in what Rashi says is that the Benachas Nishmoim, these are the words of Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, said what he said Benachas, and we still hear them until today. We still listen to what he said. We're still following them. And Malchus Aylo and the kings of the Goyim throughout the history have been making these decrees against the Yidden, and their words do not remain. In other words, it's they die and the decrees die together with them. That's the pshat of the pasuk. But the Rebbe says Zakas Moishel B'Ksilim. He says over here the Rebbe takes the pshat of the pasuk in a different way. And what is alluded to is the Hainu Azraoko Kshenoifel Amemshola. This is the cry when the Memshola, which is the P'chinas Malchus, P'chinas Chochmet HaTorah, when it falls down, Bein Aksilim, it falls to the fools, it falls to the Sitra Achra. When the fool wants to to make himself as if he's wise, that they want to suck in the chokhmah into their sciences. Really, it is foolishness. All the sciences are foolishness. They want to suck into their chokhmas, which is really foolishness. They want to suck into us the chokhmah amitius, the real chokhmah, which is chokhmah tator. They want to suck it into there. We said before in Nos Gimel that the chokhmah tator, the lower chokhmah, is all the mitzvahs of the Torah. This is something that we have access to. We can understand that. Within the chokhmah of the Torah is constricted and embedded the chokhmah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. The chokhmah elyono. We know pshat. We know Shulchan Aruch, we know Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, we know this, we know that. All these inyonim are fantastic seichel. But that is a seichel according to our level. In it is embedded the chokhmah elyono, asagas elokus, which the chokhmah is able to bring into us. It says that chokhmah, when chas v'chalila chokhmah chitzonius over chokhmah agoyim, they overcome. They want to get also the chokhmah tachtoina into their chokhmah. In other words, they want to explain, why the mitzvah is like this. The whole mitzvah is nida is because that's the time that the woman is the most fertile, and that's the most auspicious time for the Hashem Yerachim. They just want to give, reasons alpi teva, alpi nature. They want to explain all the mitzvahs of the Torah as if it's just, social rules and Hashem Yerachim. According to their chokhmah, which is really stupidity, and what they do is that they cause the chokhmah elyono, the branches of chokhmah elyono, not to shine. It's just that, Shabbos, just people can rest, it's like it causes the fact, the chokhmah elyono does not shine, it's not evident in the chokhmah of Torah. וגם יש עוד צעקה גדולה מזה. That's one disaster. That the chokhmah elyono is not shown anymore. But there is a bigger call. There's a bigger cry. This is the cry, the roar for HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself, b'bchinois sha'o gisha al naveyu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will roar and cry and bemoan what happened to his household. And the Zohar says, what is al naveyu? Al naveh dilei, his house. Which is the Malchus, B'chinas Malchus. The Malchus is the house and the home for all the spheres above it, because it all brings down into the Malchus. It's called a home. That's why whenever it is that in the Gemara they want to say the wife of this particular Tana, this particular Amoira, is called Beitayu de Rav Chisda, the house of Rav Chisda, which means his wife. The wife is the Malchus. The wife is the home. She represents the home. She is the home. Al navedile shu b'chinas Malchus shenoifel bagala shel Abba Malchis. And also then, when it falls down, not only that the chokhmah elyono cannot shine in the Malchus Torah, what also happens is that you obviously cannot bring the chokhmah elyono, the chokhmah Torah to or upon him, to inject chayas into it, because it's captive by the galus. So what you need to do, what you need to do as you need to cut, you need to separate. You make an operation. You have to cut and separate the malchus from the four galleys, and to elevate it from there. Ve'ikir aliyoso, and the main tool you use to elevate the malchus, when a person is working and dealing with chesed, that's his job. That's what he does. You can see the most when you see people that open organizations, chesed organizations. It could be Kupash and Tzedakah, it could be anything, it could be Yad Sarah, whatever. The people that run them, that create them, I don't know if you got a chance to deal with these people. They're mamash melachim. They're like kings. You never see that by a CEO of a big corporation. Yeah, he's like a big minister. But somebody who's oichesed with tzedakah, he made this organization and does everything for the tzedakah and moisel nefesh, like as a achin or whatever it is. You meet with these people, you realize you're sitting in front of kings. Mamash. You feel that, they run the organization, they feed people. A true melech is somebody that takes care of his people, not somebody who uses his people. That's Tama Bulvan. Somebody who takes care of people is a melech. The funny thing is that when somebody appoints himself the servant of the people, he is a real melech. When somebody takes the melucha to himself, in other words, I want to enjoy being Mr. Big, he's really a slave to his title.
To his workers.
Yeah, he's a slave to his work, he's a slave to his time, he's a slave to whatever it is, that Pchinas Malchus, that, if you exist for me, then I become the slave. But if I exist for you, I become the melech. It's it's the opposite of what the Seichel will say, Adrabah. So you can see that somebody's oisik b'chesed, if you ever meet them, you ever to work with them, mamash Pchinas Melech. The melech takes care of his people. David HaMelech, the ultimate melech there is Eved Hashem. David is mifazes and mekalki, and he's dancing before the Oren Kodesh, and Michal, the daughter of Shaul HaMelech, his wife, makes fun of him. In my father's house, in Shaul HaMelech's house, the king didn't make fun of himself dancing with the slaves, with the dancing before the slaves and the servant maidens, whatever. And David HaMelech says, not only did I, that I made myself low like this, I'm even lower than that. I'm even lower than that. When it comes to Kodesh Baruch Hu, when it comes to taking care of Am Yisrael, David HaMelech is I'm even lower than that. Even lower than that. See, the Melech is somebody who is oisik with chesed. When you're oisik b'chesed, and you're dealing with chesed, you elevate the malchus. B'chinos, as it is said, v'uchan b'chesed kisa. Uchan b'chesed kisa, Chizkiyahu, the king, was busy with chesed all the time. So the chesed that he would do would give longevity and stability to the throne of Malchus Beis David. It is through the chesed, even by the Goyim. When Nebuchadnezzar, Shchiktamya, had his dream, that he's going to be falling down, whatever it is, and he wanted a reprieve, Daniel told him, feed the Yidden. So he kept on feeding them. He fed them all. He gave them food for a long time, and he got a reprieve. One day he heard this noise, and he says, "What is this? I'm the king. What is this noise here?" So this is, this all the eating, all the poor guys that you're feeding. This is their noise. So the Chazal says, so stop feeding them enough. Then he had this. 7 years he lost his mind and he went to live with the animals, whatever. It's the whole story in Sefer Daniel. That when you're Oisik b'Chesed, establishes the Malchus. The establishment of the Malchus is the Chesed. Same way, when a person does Chesed, he is establishing the Malchus to be a kiseh, to be a throne for Kodesh Baruch Hu. Zeh b'chin is what it says, Kitzur lefi Chesed. This is what it is over here. The Kitzur lefi Chesed means reap according to the Chesed. Now, Kitzur means to chop off the top of the wheat, right? The sheaf of the wheat. You cut it. This is katsir. This is cutting down. What's it called? Scythe. What's it called? The thing.
Reaper.
No, the reaper is the other guy.
Big knife.
So katsir means the cutting down, the chopping down of the. So the kitzru, the cutting down of the malchus from the sitra achra, lefi chesed, according to how much chesed you do. With the chesed, you're cutting out the malchus and extricating it from the shelefi chesed koitzrim v'choitchin es adalad. You chop off and you cut the dalad. Kinas malchus, the malchus, and you separate it from them. And you elevate it back to or upon him. That's why Avraham Avinu was a ish chesed, was mistabel lasot chesed tomet. Why? Kedelalos b'chinas hamalchus mehem, in order to elevate the malchus from them, from the sitra achra. That's why Avraham Avinu pursued, the four kings to defeat them. Because they represented the earliest manifestation of the Dalet Malchius of the Goyim, of the Sitra Achra. Avraham Avinu was the epitome of the of one who hated money. Because he detested the money of Sdom. Melech Sdom offered him everything, and he said, I don't want anything. If I will take anything that belongs to you, you will not say, I'm the one who made Avram rich. With this, Avraham Avinu was able to misak in the Malchus. Ki, as it said in Chazal, says, Avram Tikkun Shachris. From the three tefillas, Tefillah Shachris was established by Avraham Avinu, Yitzchok established the Mincha, and Yaakov Avinu established Ma'ariv. It's called Shachris. Listen here. Avram established Shachris. In other words, he established Shachris, the blackness. Remember, we said in the beginning, the Malchus Tator is the blackness in the eye that captures everything that stands before it. Shchoro Anivanovo, Sara Ukma, black hair. The blackness is the thing that contains all, that captures everything that stands before it. Avram Tikkun Shachris. Shachris from the language of Shachos, blackness. That mechanism of the Malchus that captures everything that stands before it. Shu B'chinas Sechel HaTachton. Avraham Avinu established Sechel HaTachton. B'chinas Chochmet HaTorah, the Lohe Chochma. Shu B'chinas Shachos Kanal. As we said before, the black in the eye, that's the thing that constricts the force of the sight to be able to see. Same thing, the Sechel Tachton constricts the Sechel Elyon, so you'll be able to grasp it. A person merits to fix this bechina of this soina betza by hating greed. Right? And besides the fact that he was Musakan the Malchus, Musakan the Shachris, he also, by the fact that he was naturally a Soine Betza, that he hated money, he also had to cut the Malchus and to separate it from the 4 kingdoms of the Goyim in order to elevate it to Oraponim, as we said before. And both things. So that's why, and in order to inject it with longevity, with chayas. He did it by fighting the 4 Melachim, the Sitra Acha, and defeated them. And he was all the time doing chesed. So everything about Avraham Avinu, the fact that he was Soine Betza, the fact that he fought the Daled Melachim, the fact that he was chasing to do chesed all the time, those are the bechinas with which he established the Malchus. This is the Shachrus, the blackness that captures the image of the Chochmah Elyono. That's why he says, Avraham Tikkun Shachrus. Avraham established Shachrus, was Tfilas Shachrus, means the concept of Shachrus, of being able to grasp the Chochmah Elyono. Adkan.